final Grand Campaign specific video will just look at some odds and sods rules. I'm not going to go into any great detail about these. For example, we've got rules for France and French partisans. That only takes place during the first turn, within the first turn in which any hex in France is occupied by an enemy unit. We've got Napoleon's abdication and exile. Obviously that's a very specific thing, and it only triggers when France is conquered for the first time. We've got Bernadotte, who can actually switch sides from the French to the Allies when he becomes King of Sweden. You've got pro-French expeditionary forces that can be used, I believe, is this just Russia? No, you can use them in different campaigns, but again, that's very specific. So, for example, if you conquered Austria and then you invaded Russia, you could take an expeditionary force of Austrians into Russia on the French side. French invasion of England, which is a special set of rules which we won't cover. We've got England, Portugal and Spain. A Spanish sort of invasion by the French creates a whole new set of rules for the guerrilla war. So I'm not going to go into those, just beware that they exist. Particularly the use of partisans and militia by the guerrilla forces. You've got Austria, Prussia and Russia. They all have special rules depending on when they've been conquered, how many times they've been conquered. These trigger various alliance sub-rules. You've got very specific things like the Peace of Pressburg, the Treaty of Tilsit, quite a bit about what happens whether there's no Poland, the Grand Duchy of Warsaw, or the Kingdom of Poland. There's a whole subset of rules there. There are specialist rules for certain invasions, like the invasion of Spain by France or French invasion of Russia, special rules. Invasions of certain minor states have special rules, like they can lead to the creation of a minor state, like the Rhine Confederation example. And that's it. Wow, you're probably thinking the Grand Campaign is as complicated as the main game. Well, if we look at the number of pages for the Grand Campaign, there are 26 pages of rules. And if we look at the standard game, there are 18 pages of rules. That sort of puts things in perspective.